in Truckee run and improve. I brought him in here saying we would like to learn some more about goal setting, so that's it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'll make my introduction about myself short, but a lot of people don't know what a business coach is. So I've been trained as a life coach, so I can help people in every area of life, but I just love entrepreneurs. It can be lonely at the top, it can be a big challenge, and everybody that's successful knows that they could use somebody on their team for support and guidance. You're probably familiar with the business consulting model. And the business consulting model, my description is, a consultant will come in and look at your business, analyze it, see where you're at, and then help you set goals of where you want to go, build a plan to get there, and then usually they take off and only maybe max 20% of those action items get done. And then over time there's a drop off to more towards the previous state in the company. What I do as a business coach is I'm there along the way, all along that path towards your goals. And so I'm holding you at your highest potential, I'm supporting you. The model I've been trained in is like, let's say she's a client. We're sitting side by side, we're looking out towards your goals, and I'll talk more about goals later. But my agenda doesn't matter, my ego doesn't matter. There's no criticism, there's no judgment, it's a safe, confidential environment, and I'm just here to support you in your goals. So that's the model and a little bit of how it works. And it's just amazing, not so much me, but the process and how it helps people. So I'm extremely passionate about it. The last 5 years I've been doing a lot of web design. I'm a former chemical engineer. I worked for a company called Genentech in the Bay Area for 20 years. And I finished my career leading a team of 20 internal consultants. And we were saving the company and making the company millions of dollars. And I was being paid a fraction of that. And I'm like, you know what? I need to get out there on my own and do my own thing. So I've been business coaching for 8 years now, and I've coached over 300 people, 300 business owners in 8 different countries. So on Skype or phone or in person, and it works. Enough about me. Let's talk about goals. Why do you guys want to learn about goals? What do you want to learn today? What would help you? Yeah.
Well, when we create a goal for ourselves and for our business year, my issue is staying focused and staying on a plan to attain the goals.
Okay.
I can get sidetracked very easily.
Okay. Yeah, and not being promotional, but a coach actually helps with accountability. I used that in my introduction. But you guys don't have to hire a coach. You can have an accountability partner. You guys can partner up and say, okay, this week I'm going to do this, this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And keep the action list small. You know, I'm guilty of making a list of 20 things to do. I'm feeling bad that I didn't do them all. So I found that really prioritizing. Oh, this is a great tip. And I'm going to get at the end of my presentation. I'm going to talk about how to reach your goals. What are the important concepts with that? But right now, when you're prioritizing your action items, look to fear for the answer. One of my mentors said that fear is the lantern that lights your way to success. So a lot of times we procrastinate if we're doing something that we're unfamiliar with or we're afraid of. So sometimes those are the key things that help you make those quantum leaps. Anyway, I could go on a long time. But the reason to set I'm going to go into the reasons to set goals. I'm going to go into how to set goals that are really effective, and then how to reach your goals. I'm only going to spend a little bit of time on how to reach your goals, because the nuances of setting goals are pretty fascinating. And there's some research I've been doing lately, just studying success principles that are different. I'm going to go through the SMART model. How many people are familiar with that? Okay, good. I get to say something new for some of you. And you brought up a great point. It's setting goals is the first step, but actually taking actions to get there is the most important thing. Your company's goals will only be effective when you have a clear, measurable vision of where you want to go and how to get there. So sometimes I'll recommend that people actually journal their future state. So this might be for 2 to 5 years out. And when I say journal your future state, it's like really crystallizing your business's future and your life if you want. Business and life aren't separate. Making more money in your business will be a function of your own personal growth. So when I say crystallize your vision, think about the 5 senses and probably feelings as well. So how's it going to feel? How's it going to look? How's it going to taste and sound and smell? Maybe you have an office overlooking Lake Tahoe and you can smell the pine trees on a sunny day. Really, that's what I mean by crystallizing your vision. The more you crystallize it, the easier it is to make decisions along the way to get there. And then why bother setting business goals? 80% of businesses, they may or may not set goals, but they don't track them. So they either don't set goals or don't track them. And 90% of new businesses fail within 3 years. It may not be a coincidence. The other key thing is having a really solid business plan in that factor. But business goals are very important for success. So the first step is finding out where you are. So you want to know, I think for a business, you want to know not gross income. That's okay to know gross income, but what's most important from an income perspective for a business?
Profit.
Profit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, helping clients. And financially, net income. So what's your income minus your expenses? And so there's net income, there's also net worth. And usually businesses are valued as a function of your either gross or net revenue. But if you're making $1 million a year and your expenses are $950,000, how's that going to affect your quality of life? You're just, you're working, your employees have it good, they have benefits, and so I look at business as a holistic enterprise. It's about life. That's why we started our own businesses. Well, that's why I did. I'm assuming you did. I love freedom. I love the Tahoe area. We're really blessed here. So take a snapshot. Work with your bookkeeper or whoever, and get. So what I've been doing with a lot of my clients since it's the beginning of the year is going back through 3 years of QuickBooks data or whatever they have, and measuring total income, total expenses, and net income, and then plotting that over a 3-year period. What that helps you do is it helps you set your goals. You want to know where you're at, but you also want to know what are the trends. And beyond the last 3 years, the economy was crazy different. So it's not really of relevance anymore. So you can see seasonal trends, weather trends. You can also see blips where there's big, annual expenses rather than monthly. So then you can budget those monthly. Am I making sense?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I don't want to make it too complicated, but you want to know your business net worth, your assets minus liabilities. You want to know your net profit on a monthly basis, and then looking at the trends so that. And I don't recommend setting goals like you're on a railroad track. So if you've made 5% increases every year, I don't recommend setting a goal. Oh well, let's do 6% this year. That's what I call living from the past, and that's how a lot of companies set their goals. So I'll go into how do you set your goals in another way. But the hint is, look at the quality of the life you want. Somebody was mentioning paying off debt. So, and they were saying, I'll never pay this off. And I'm not picking on anybody, but you can turn something like that, a fear, a concern, something that keeps you up at night, into a powerful question. Like, how can I pay that off in 5 years? What will it take? What will the monthly expense be? How can I change my marketing plan? And your when you turn the power of setting a goal is that your subconscious will work for you while you're sleeping, while you're out skiing. So when you lock in and crystallize that vision and you set powerful goals, that's the power of our mind. It starts turning away from, the victim mode into the hero mode. What can we do about this? I may get a little, spiritual or philosophical with this, but I think that's where the real value lies, not just in the numbers. So what are the key elements that make up a powerful goal? You want it to be, what are some of the things that makes a goal a goal? Like, how do you know that you got there?
It's measurable.
Measurable, perfect. What else?
It's exciting.
It's exciting. I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
Deadline?
What?
Deadline?
Deadline, perfect.
Mhm.
Okay. Those are some of the key elements. There's an acronym called SMART, if you want to write this down. And I'll send Daren a blog I wrote a couple of years ago on this. It has a lot of this material in it. So SMART stands for a lot of the things that you just said. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. And I have a little twist on the time-based. So the SMART, S-M-A-R-T, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Since it's already measurable, you can put a date in the measurable portion, right? So we're going to make it thrilling or exciting. So specific, what exactly do you want to achieve? Who will do what, where, when, and why? And then measurable, be definitive. Avoid words like try or hope to. Be like Yoda. There is no try, only do. So and include in measurable numbers, percentage increase or decrease, time, dollars, widgets, volume. So those are units of measure that you can use. Those are good examples. If it's not measurable, how will you know that you achieved your goal? How will you track your progress? And then achievable. I recommend setting a stretch goal. Get a bit outside your comfort zone, but think of achievable as a rubber band. I've had clients come out of like T. Harv Eker seminars and say, I want to make $1 million. And I'm like, great, that's a fantastic goal. What's the most you've ever made? Well, $60,000. So it is doable. But when you have, like T. Harv Eker actually talks about having a financial thermostat that needs to be psychologically reset for us to get beyond where we're at. So if they doubled their income, that would vastly improve their quality of life. So that's a great goal. So it's outside their comfort zone. It's stretchy. It stretches the rubber band. But $1 million would maybe break the rubber band. And that goal is it's too fuzzy. It's too ethereal for our subconscious to really hold on to. And you want your goal to be stretchy so it pulls you towards it and gets you excited. Relevant. The goal will help you, your team, and your business. It's a top priority to work towards, and it'll make people's lives better, whether it's you, your team, or your clients. Thrilling. Make it fun and exciting. Motivate yourself and your team, and be excited when you get there. And celebrate. Celebrating is a really important part of goal setting. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for yourself or your team when you get there? So many people. Let's say you set a goal to make $250,000. You make $220,000. Are you going to beat yourself up for that? No, you want to celebrate along the way. Especially if you're at half that or something like that. So that's the SMART acronym. There's short-term goals and there's long-term goals. So short-term goals could be quarterly, could be annually, and long-term goals are generally in the 2 to 5 year time frame. And you can have a mission and a vision that goes 10, 20 years out, but 5 years is kind of a good conscious connection. So this is some of the research. What I'm going to go into next is some of the research that I've been doing on distinctions or paradigms around goals, or a paradigm is a point of view. So we talked about results goals, and that's using the SMART acronym. Where are you going to be by when? What's really important is writing down why you want to get to that goal. So increasing income, once your expenses are covered, what's so exciting about an increase in income? It could be very exciting. You could start a foundation, you could save up for your kids' college, you could hire more team and spend more time with your children, or more time skiing or mountain biking or whatever you love in life. So what are the reasons that you want to do this? What are you going to be able to do, and who are you going to be able to help? And it can be you, your family, your community, or even the world. I have some longer term goals where I'd love to be with Bill Gates and his troop of people, and there's no reason why we can't have food, shelter, and clothing for everybody on the planet. Like, I would love to be a part of that. Right now, I'm still building. So, but I've done this, and I've done it far out. And I'm not saying it's going to take forever, but you don't want to put limitations on your vision and dreams. Then there's milestones or process goals. So that's where you're starting to get into more of an action plan. Like, if I want to lose weight, and I'm eating vegetables 2 days a week, I think I probably should eat maybe 6 days a week. And if I'm exercising 2 days a week, maybe I should exercise 5 days a week. So those are some of the process goals to help you get to the end goal. I also look at it as a ladder. If your goal is to get to the top of a 3-story building from the outside, and you run as fast as you can and you jump as high as you can, you're never going to reach your goal. But if you set those interim goals and action steps along the way, you can go one rung at a time and get to your goal easily. Now, and here's something that I've missed in the past, and this has been really powerful. Write down your stoppers. What are your fears? What are your concerns? What could stop you? What stopped you in the past? And then, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do differently? That's a real key. In studying success, I've heard a lot about, being positive, setting goals, saying affirmations, writing in a journal, gratitude journal. Like, there's all kinds of keys to success. But very few people are talking about actually looking at the negatives and addressing those. So that's a powerful step. You don't want to stay there, but you want to look at it and say, oh, there's an elephant in the room. I'm setting a goal that I've never achieved in 20 years. I got to do something different. And then there's feelings. And I mentioned that a little bit in crystallizing your goal. But feelings are really important. How are you going to feel when you get there? How is it? What are your feelings now? And upon reaching your goal, how are you going to feel? And that actually pulls you into the goal. Life is about emotions. It's about how we feel. It's not so much about numbers. Are you doing okay so far?
Yep.
No?
Your speed is perfect.
Don't
Don't be going any faster.
Same as
Just let me know. So I'm going to start going into how to achieve your goals. Any questions on goal settings? Or any comments?
How many do you think is realistic? 1 to 5? Is there a number, really?
Number of goals?
3?
In my life coaching training, there's a wheel of life, and it's cut into 8 sections. And I don't remember all the 8 sections, but you can look at different areas of your life and set goals. So it's really what's important to you. So it could be your environment where you live. I want Lakeview, in 5 years. So it could be your relationship. It could be your health. And the main things for most people are finance, health, and relationships. So I recommend taking a holistic approach to this, not just business. And the cool thing is, a lot of people, oh, this is a good point. I forgot this one completely. Thank you. You won't even know where it came from. But a lot of people set goals. Okay, I want to make 200,000 in 2015. I want to make $200,000 in 2015. What they don't include in the goal is quality of life. And I want to work 30 hours a week. Right? We have this, I can't, sometimes people collapse things. Like, I can't make this amount of money unless I work my tail off and sacrifice my health and my family and what I love to do. Right? Those are two completely different things. So when I coach businesses, I don't coach people to be a sole proprietor, to have a job with tax benefits. I coach people to have a leveraged business. So one of the powerful questions I ask is, what would happen to your business income if you left for 30 days? So the only way to get a smooth running business, to run smoother in seasonal fluctuations, and when you're absent or something happens that pulls you away from your work, is to have leverage. So that's through products or team. So services, a lot of times we think we're the only one that can do what we do because we're so great. Well, they're better business coaches than me, you know, but they might not be better at marketing or sales or representing or presenting. They might be definitely afraid of that, but they're awesome business coaches. So I could hire them on my company as an example. It's really, I love what you said, it's about their clients. It's about their experience and helping them get the results, whether it's our products or services. And products can be educational too. So if you know something, you know, whether it's real estate or where's my real estate person? Okay. You know, there are you can have educational products that you either give away that helps promote your business, you know, like how to stage a house, how to sell your home fast, or you know, how to sell your home at top price. So a lot of people can do that. So we have a lot of information that's extremely valuable up here. And I've started writing a book on just the stuff that I say over and over and over again with my clients. And that'll be a great leverage point. Every time somebody buys a book, I get $20 or whatever. And they get a ton of information. And once I write the book, I don't have to spend any more time.
Yes.
So leverage is the key. And quality of life. All right, so now you know the key elements to set a business goal. What will make it so important and thrilling that you will actually follow your action plan with accountability and passion and not only track but achieve your goals? Here are some questions that will help you keep the big picture in mind. Why was your business founded or started in the first place? So you can review your mission. What do you want your business to achieve? How can your business help you reach your life goals? We talked a little bit about that. And then what are your life goals? And some of us forget that, like you get so busy with family and business. And I've worked with people that are like, oh my God, I wrote this stuff down and I'm like, I can get out of this hamster wheel. And then we talked about this as well, and I'm going to read it anyway because we have some time. What's your big why? How will your company solve people's problems, help society, or change the world? What's important to you personally? Your children, financial security, society, charity, travel, fun, an important cause, exercise, enjoying the great outdoors in Truckee. You know, so what are important to you? And the reason I say that is because setting goals and being an entrepreneur is not an easy thing. We have all the financial elements, we have marketing, we have sales, we have leadership, like hiring the right people, training, motivating, rewarding, and we have operations. How do you make that systematized, have the right software, streamlined, and as efficiently as possible? That's a lot for one person to be in charge of. Mm-hmm. So having the why, you know, we're gonna run into obstacles, stuff's gonna happen, we're gonna get stressed out, but what's gonna keep pulling you forward towards that goal? And keep turning obstacles into powerful questions and then action to get around those obstacles. So, you were asking like what are some of the types of goals that you can set? So here are some examples of things that you could measure in your business. So number of customers or quality of customer ratings, their satisfaction, and ratings are measurable. You can have them on one scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Customer retention, percent over time. So notice every goal I have a measurement here. So profit, net versus growth annual income, or percent increase in net profit. And then marketing, you can use number of leads generated, marketing budget, return on investment. So if you place a newspaper ad for $100, do you get $200 worth of business? Hopefully. And that's the cool thing. Like, marketing is not an expense. It should be an awesome investment.
I love you.
200%. Why would you do marketing?
Stop typing.
I love you too. Yeah, I won't go on and on.
Sort of.
Don't be afraid of marketing.
All this, right?
But test drive your marketing. Ask other people what's working, what's not working. Do what's working. Do more of what's worked in the past. Try some new things. But let's say if you're going to do a postcard campaign, don't do $10,000 worth of postcards. Do a couple $100. See what your return is. If you get that 200% return on investment, yeah, go for it. Expand. Just as an example. Sorry, can't help doing coaching in here. Back to goals. Sales. Sales, percent close ratio, number of sales, dollar sales per month. You get the idea. And I'll leave some time for questions. I'm not gonna go into the action planning today. That's probably a whole nother presentation. Business plans, marketing plans. I do a talk on how to create a highly effective business marketing plan, and it takes about an hour and a quarter. And people will come away from that saying, "Oh my God, we need a one-day workshop." So I don't think I can do that justice today. But here's a few points to close. Involve your employees in the goal-setting process, or your family if you're a sole proprietor. This will help keep them motivated and create buy-in when it's time for change or action. I've had clients that work from home, and if they don't set boundaries and set goals with their family, then there's always this conflict. So, and if your employees are you as a leader, you want to get on their bandwagon and find out what motivates and drives them, but you also want them on your bandwagon, and everybody rowing together towards the same direction and goal. And then set up rewards for those who help reach the goals, and then ask them what they want for a reward. Everybody's different. Don't give the same reward to all the same people. And then what would be exciting for them? And for yourself as well. I'm a big fan of rewards. And then break down big goals into smaller bite-sized steps or milestones. Celebrate these to keep the energy going.
Awesome. Very good.